2, 1. How's it going? Barker here with Tyler.
Hello.
We are going to walk through solution pages for this Netlify CMS learning resource video. To start off, moments of insight, and I have one in there, and it's that iteration is key when implementing new content types in Netlify CMS. When we first implement it, super awesome, but the second and third iteration is going to get even better. So if you find a bug, let us know. We'll fix it. It's going to be great. Okay, I guess I'll just jump right into solution pages here, and I'm going to share my screen. Oh, that didn't work. Share screen.
Getting back from PTO.
Yeah, getting back from PTO. Working on one screen from a hotel. Okay, here you go. We're sharing. Cool. So what we're going to show is the solution template. And the first one we migrated over, let me remove us down here, is this beautiful GitLab for public sector page. And we have a new template, got some cards, CTA banners, some more cards, these upcoming satellite events, and then these that they do link out if you go for them, and then this little form field. And what I'm just going to show is how you get to this page in Netlify CMS and then how you would edit it. So over here, I'm on the admin, and this page is the solutions parent page, and you can tell it's solutions parent page because the URL is final directly after solutions. If it's a child page, there will be another directory below it. And so we have two content types here. There's the solutions and the solutions children. And so we only have one solutions children right now, but we have one parent, and that's this GitLab for the public sector page. Go ahead and click on this. It'll take us into our interface. It's going to let us edit this page. I'm just going to walk through the different sections as we're looking at the live page so you can see where the content goes. So this title here, this is the header, and I believe that also goes into the meta title tag as well. So make it SEO friendly, all that good stuff. And then right after, this is our SEO description. That's what's going to display in search results, when you share the page on social media platforms, all of that good stuff. This is the final URL path. So this public sector, this was what comes after the solutions URL. And we can see here that that is what is displayed right there.
And no slashes, because if you put slashes in, we'll double up on them. So just the words.
Just the words.
Or hyphens, if appropriate.
Yeah, really good call out. Got this social share image. Right now, we're just using the standard one, but you can always select a different one. I love this feature. It's my favorite. You get to scroll through all the images in this directory. And you could also upload your own, and that'll attach that image to this MR. And now we're going to get to the header block. And this content here is what gets shown right here. So we can see the header GitLab for the public sector. That's what gets displayed right here. And we got the subtitle. And then we have a tagline, and we can see the tagline actually gets displayed underneath the buttons right here. And then here's where we define what buttons we want to display in the header. And we can always add, you can add another one if you want, or you can just do one. And when you add a button, you got to define what the text is and what the URL is. And then we've got some logic in the template that will choose the colors for you.
Is there a limit on the buttons? You said you could add one more, or you could just do one. So is it 0 through 3 buttons, or is it possibly infinitely many?
I thought it was just 2.
Okay.
But
But it let you do the add buttons thing there.
yeah,
Okay.
don't add more than 2 buttons.
Cool. I'm sure we can probably limit that in the thing, or maybe
Yeah.
it would fail. Maybe it validates when you try and save.
Yeah,
That might be the
that'll
case.
probably be the one. In fact, we can even do something here. Bogus button. Cool. And then here we can see here's this beautiful hero image that is displayed. And again, that's our image widget. You could drop your own in there. Next, we've got our cards. And this is the first cards block, comes right after it. And we can see there's the title, subtitle. And then these cards let you select an icon, title, it's body text. And we have 3 cards outlined in here. And so if you expand one of them, you'll see those 3 areas. You get the heading, the body, heading, body, and then here's our icon. And that's what gets displayed right here. And we have 3 of them defined right there. So those are our 3 cards. And the next up is, so we do have a tracks option here that's available in this template, but we're not using that one on this template. I can show that actually on, let me go, here we go, open source join. I can show you what the tracks block looks like. Oh no, it's partners. So here is another page that's been transferred over to it. And here's the tracks blocks. So the tracks have the little icon at the top. They have if we can add one here. So they got the subtitle, which you don't have to add, but you can. And then in the body, it's just a markdown field. And in here, we've defined a list. But you don't have to use that field. So on this public sector page, we have not. And I'm going to actually go ahead and I added a card here, so I'm going to not add it. Then we finally will get to the CTA banner. And you can outline multiple CTA banners or just one. I think the template looks better if it's just one, but if you need to put 2 or 3 in there, go for it. They'll show up right after, one after each other. And in the CTA banner, you get the title, subtitle, and then you can define your 2 buttons. And these buttons, I believe, yep, we define what colors they are in the template. So you just let us know what the content is there. Here you go, satellite events. Huh, those are a little out of order. I'm lost now. Oh, we're on the public. Yeah, we're on the public sector page. Well, I'm not quite sure where this content's coming from, but it's in here somewhere. Not in there. Well, we'll skip down to this upcoming events section, which is all the way down here. And I do see a little thing that we need to fix so that these cards look better when it's in a smaller field. But here are satellite event cards, again, header, subtitle, and then these cards, you get to define what type of event it is, the date, title, and then what this button is going to be down at the bottoms. And over in the admin, same type of thing. Here's the header, the body, and here's one card that's defined. We do have some special icons for these cards, and I do see another iteration I need to do where I can, I think it's documented on our handbook page what your icon options are there. And I'll add a link to that right here so that you can know. Or I guess I have it right here. We only have 2 options right now. It's webcast and calendar. And that's got to go, and it's a string. And then destination URL. So that's what that card's going to link out to. Here's the CTA. If you set this to true, then there will be no image. If you set it to false, then there is an image, but I see lots of iterations we need to do there. So just try to fill everything out, create the MR, and then we'll get the review app and then we can fix it. And then finally down at the bottom, we've got the list block, which is down here. And it's just a list. We get icons on the side and same type of thing. And here's our 5 list items. And in these list items is cool. You can define if it's a drop down. And if it is a drop down, then it'll expand and show what this body text is, which is kind of cool. And this is the Marketo form block. So on the left side, it's going to show your form, and your form's just a straight drop of all the form code. And then it'll build it in there. And then on the left side, it's going to show the body. And that is, for that, I will show what these cool expandable blocks look like on this page. Yeah, frequently asked questions. So this is the open source partners page. And here's that list block where if you have it expandable, you get that cool little interaction. And again, we've got the suggested content block even farther down. And this pulls in the same kind of functionality we have on the topics template, where you can just put a URL to a blog post. And this component will pull in what that blog is, the title, the heading text, and then link back out to it. And then we have a partners block right now that is only configurable for our open source pages. And to turn it on, here's the heading, and then you just do the type. And right now it's only open source. And that's because of all our open source partners are all defined in a single data file. So if you define it as open source, it goes and pulls everything that's pulled from that data file. And then it drops in all the logos. They're clickable. Cool component. Hopefully we can expand on that with some other content types. That is pretty much it. I have a couple other, I'm just going to leave that. You go over to workflow, 2 other solution pages in progress that we have here. You can see these are for open source. And this is the parent page. I'll just talk through what I generally did for like the initial migration is I would open up, this is the existing page that isn't migrated over. And then I opened this and I just cut and paste all the content over, which is close enough. And then that fires up an MR, which I have here, and it gets most of the content in, creates the data file. Super helpful. However, to finish this up, I'm going to have to pull the branch down, make sure the images are in the right place. You can see there's a build error. But that's the general process right now for migrating these pages over. Those are the solution templates. It's easy to use one that's already migrated, so recommend starting there.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. And with that, I'm gonna say later.